The highway right here, you're sitting practically on the old Sydney Deadwood Trail.
Today, I'm saddling up for the Piney Ridge in the Nebraska Panhandle.
This was built in about 1900.
I'm creating a portrait of the Tollman family on their 6th-generation family ranch. Meet Buzz.
I remember when technology was the plow.
He's the 4th generation.
My great-granddad came out here from Iowa. He was late to his own funeral when he passed away. So.
He married Rosaline 63 years ago.
What's the secret to 63 years?
What's the secret?
Yeah, I'm going on 5, so.
Oh, well, hang in there. Just hang in there.
Their son is Justin, aka Jake.
God was telling me it's time to go home.
He married Tammy.
Okay.
Tammy's parents are Don and Mary Ann.
I've been through a tornado and I've seen enough. I don't want to see another one.
35 feet up in the air.
No, George Strait and
Do I know George Strait?
Together, Justin and Tammy have raised the 6th generation of Tollman ranchers, Alexa and Garrett. Join us as we chat around the table.
Walk 20 miles in the snow
In the snow, yeah.
in one day.
It's a set of Crockett spurs.
Head out to see over 100 years of history.
You can see the 1912 on it.
The date, not the address. Can we see where the property ends from here, or?
Last time we did this, my cousin said, I'll get out and walk.
I'll get out and walk.
And finally, see the portrait of the Tollman legacy living on.
Well, everybody asked me if I've lived here all my life, and I say, not yet, I haven't.
You're working on it.
I was born just down the highway here, about 3 miles on the west side of the highway.
Uh-huh.
My great-granddad came out here from Iowa, 1890s sometime probably. But my grandfather homesteaded southeast of here about a mile and a half.
So it was your great-granddad that came out from Iowa.
Yeah, and he was late to his own funeral when he passed away. So.
Late? How did he manage that?
Well, him and one of his daughters went to Oregon in 1909 to visit another daughter that had moved out there.
Uh-huh.
And while he was there, he got sick and died.
Okay.
And shipped him back on the train. And when he come through San Francisco, had to switch trains, and they didn't get him switched.
Missed his connection.
The funeral procession was waiting at the depot in Marsland when the train was to come. Well, his daughter was on the train, but no body. So they had to wait a day or two till the body showed up.
Now, was he generally on time, like when he was alive, or?
There's a reason they call it Tollman time.
Oh, okay.
But my dad and his brother and one of his sisters was born in what we call the homestead. The house is no longer there, but then Granddad moved from the homestead to Marsland in 1911. Built a barn first, lived in the barn one winter, and then built a house the next year. And the house is still standing. The barn tornadoes hit it a time or two, so yeah, it's a cement block house, and the cement blocks were built right on site. The builder had the forms to pour, and they made the cement and poured the cement and let the blocks cure.
Just mixing it right there with the materials they had available. Like,
Yeah, the materials come from up a draw just west of the house, probably half a mile, 3/4 of a mile.
Very cool.
There's a certain spot there that had the right kind of sand for cement. And when he built the barn first, he cemented the floor in half of the barn, and that's where they lived winter before they started the house. And it had carbide gas lights in it. And then we got electricity after the '49 blizzard, and we got electricity. Yeah, we haven't had a blizzard like that since, but we've had 2 or 3 bad blizzards, but nothing like that. That one lasted for 2 or 3 months. Yeah, there's no way to get around until the Army come in and plowed the roads out. We had a hired man, and he lived during the blizzard. That we all lived together in the same house to save on fuel and everything else. But he decided he needed a new battery in his car, so he talked Dad into going to Crawford with him to get a new battery and get what groceries and supplies they could. While they was there, the wind came up and blowed the road shut. So they stayed in the fire hall overnight and walked home the next day, which would be 20-some miles. But followed the railroad track part of the way and followed the highway part of the way.
You walked 20 miles in the snow.
In the snow, yeah.
In one day. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and people take school off for snow these days.
A couple inches now.
When the Army come in and plowed us out, they didn't necessarily follow the road, but they just didn't have the kind of equipment that could deal with that much snow.
Sure.
So they just plowed wherever they could. So it was like from our house to Marsland is 4.5 miles, and it was like 15 miles if you followed their road that they plowed. I was born in 1942. The blizzard.
So
was,
you very much remember the blizzard.
Oh yeah, I remember the blizzard. We went to a little country school that was just a mile away. The school teacher lived in a trailer house right beside the schoolhouse, so we could still, if we could get there, we could still have school.
Speaking of snow days at school, you still had school. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Blizzard or not.
Dad pulled us to school on a sled behind a saddle horse for a couple, 3 weeks, and walked the horse right up over the drifts into the schoolyard and come get us at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and pull us home.
From your perspective, like, tell me about the land here. What does it mean to you? What's the story?
Oh boy,
there?
how do you answer that? In our
We
city,
didn't make life so miserable as the kids were growing up that they wouldn't even think of coming back to being a rancher.
in our situation, my granddad Tollman had the land on this side of the railroad. My mom's parents had the land on the other side of the railroad. So now I come from both sides of the tracks. So
Inevitably the wrong side.
yeah, 2001 we celebrated 100 years of family ownership. So
It was actually over 100
yeah,
years.
it's actually past 100 years. But
So yeah, we're 5th, 6th generation now. I think these kids would be 6th generation here.
Okay. You know, what's most important?
faith, family, and farms, probably. I don't know what proper order that is, but the faith and the family got to be right at the top.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
yeah, faith in our Almighty God put it here to start with.
Yeah,
We're just caretakers of it while we're here.
for sure.
Sometimes you can't make enough money to take care of it like you want to, but like one of my neighbors said in church Sunday, said every decade you got to make enough in 2 years to pay for the other 8. So
Yeah, that requires a lot of faith. There's not too many people that would work a job for 8 years and you
only
know,
get paid for 2.
right, right. So
No better place to raise a family than on a farm or ranch. That's what we've chosen to do. And like this generation, the young ones that are here, both have already shown they have the talent to go outside and do whatever. Now, Alexa's said several times she loves the land and loves the way of life. She wants to be a teacher to teach it to the next generation. So
this year, getting to travel across Nebraska and speak to different ag programs has really shown me how important agriculture is to like our generation, but then also that just kind of reflects
Flows into the next generation.
it flows from their parents and their grandparents that have helped grow them into who they are. And so seeing how strong the next generation is becoming has really shown me that like it's our job to take care of the land. It's our job to make it something, and use what those past generations have gave us.
You think about the future of ag and with that even like the future of our country. You could look at the average age of people like farmers, ranchers, large animal vets and be like, we're in trouble. But it's people like you and your generation that give us a lot of hope for the future.
This is gonna be my 3rd year in FFA and 9th year in 4-H.
So I just completed 4-H, my 10 years, 11, I don't know. But then I was in FFA all 4 years of high school and then served as a state officer this last year. So
Very cool.
technically 5, but most FFA programs like across the nation are growing into junior high. So there'll be a lot more people in agriculture starting like 6th, 7th, 8th grade and learning. So that'll be really fun.
That's
but
going on in Texas. It's
yeah,
really cool.
yeah.
Well, that generation's going to have the opportunity to use like what you're holding in your hand, which our generation doesn't even understand at all. Technology it just exploded, and it's still amazing to me that 2% of the United States can grow enough food to feed the world. I mean, not the whole world, but a lot of it. And go to the inner city and see how much food they actually throw away after a meal. Go to a big restaurant and eat half of it and throw the rest away. And how does 2% of the people do that? And
So
technology's part of it, but
right.
I remember when technology was the plow.
What amazes me is the amount of land that we're taking out of production and covering up with cities and houses and expanding everywhere. How are we going to manage to keep producing the food that we need to produce? And that's going to have to be in our faith in our young people that are growing up, that they will figure out ways to continue to serve the whole nation as well as overseas.
Every generation has their own challenges,
new
and
challenges,
they are here to take on those challenges. So,
That's where the faith comes in. We have faith in the future generations coming up.
yeah.
So this was a rock museum. The guy that built it was a rock hound, and it was built with a little bit of a more industrial feel, I guess. But
The beams all came out of an old warehouse in Kansas City. This was a world-class rock museum when he built it.
Okay.
Yeah, he built it to be his museum. The north part room is like a bomb shelter. It was built kind of in the late 70s, and I think maybe
the blueprint was in his head. Him and another couple old farmers built it. But
I think maybe that Cold War scare was real, because those concrete walls are about that thick and concrete ceiling on that. It's a bomb shelter.
So that's your storm shelter when there's tornadoes? Okay. If it's all right, could I see you had a spot where you were thinking of hanging the portrait? This is really cool.
We've got a few different places there on the wall that could go. Okay, so this staircase is actually, we put that in, but it came out of the grade school that Tammy attended, and they tore it down. So Don got the staircase out of it.
So do you have memories of like going up and down this as a kid?
Well, that was the fire escape, so it was the back steps, so they weren't used as much.
Okay. On the other side of this is where the bomb shelter is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we made part of it a spare bedroom and the other part's storage, but that wall's 9 inches thick, concrete.
Oh, man.
Ceiling's concrete.
And so like all the antlers, everything mounted, like they're all...
Yeah, everything's off the ranch.
Bob?
The Bobcat's not off the ranch. I bought him, but
Bob?
he's kind of gives a...
Is he falling?
Got a great deal on him because his eyes are really kind of goofy. Our two house cats like to get up and cuddle with him every now and then. I haven't seen a cat on the elk yet, but
which is good.
we have seen a cat over on the deer head.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about our place, though, is the amount of wildlife that we have. This was a set of antlers shed off that were found on our place. Dad was just telling me, I think this one was shot in 1952, and that one was shot in the first deer season in 1949. You know, the whitetail on the wall here was a deadhead that we found when we were moving cows one day. We can hunt mule deer, whitetail, Merriam turkey, big bull elk, mountain lions, bobcats, coyotes, antelope.
You've hunted them all?
Yeah, I haven't hunted a mountain lion.
So have you seen them here with your your own eyes?
Yeah, there was mountain lions here before the state even admitted they were here, but yeah.
We could move the piano.
You want a place where it's just naturally right there at eye level, and even where the flow of your house brings you face to face with it, right.
Mm-hmm.
So
We should probably get rid of that. I thought I had that sold, but obviously it gets a lot of use.
Oh, I honestly didn't even notice it until you pointed it out. There's so much to look at in here. It's really cool. So you said this was your dream house, right?
Yeah, and
Did you go along with was it yours? Is it, because styles can vary a lot, but you're I'm in, all right.
Wanted out of
Really, it was his mother's dream house, and then it come up for sale, and he got it. So
Yeah.
So you come out here as much as you can to enjoy it.
without seeing it when it was in its museum days, it was a fabulous museum. I mean, it's world class.
This has a story behind it.
it's a
for
set
sure.
of Crockett spurs that my granddad had. He rode the train to Kansas City with a load of cattle, and he bought these when he was in Kansas City.
Very cool.
Those are hanging in a barn and had gotten just rusted and pretty worn. And when I was in college, I kind of cabbaged onto them and took them and cleaned them up. And
That's really cool. I love that sound.
yeah, just a little more to keep the legacy alive.
Right.
And, those pieces of
True
family history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We have two family cattle brands.
Yeah.
The Tollmans, and then my mother's side of the family, the Pools. Both brands were in the first issued in Nebraska, the first brand book that came out. They're both one iron brands, which you can't get anymore. The state won't allow you to even register a one iron brand anymore. And then the other brand is called a DNP. It's an N with the P and the D. And my granddad always kidded about that one. He said, you can get it on sideways, but you can't get it upside down. So you turn it upside down, it looks the same. Those are both, I'll be going on 125, 30 years old now.
Right.
The rolling pin brand, the brand guy in Alliance probably 30 years ago, 40 years ago, wanted to buy it from me. He thought it was worth $10,000 at that time. So, but no, some of those just doesn't matter what they're worth, they're not for sale.
Right. When you have one side of
So yeah, I've got the right side of the cow with the rolling pin, and then we've also got the F diamond, the Faith over diamonds.
Well, let me grab a tripod and we'll get y'all photographed. So, how do you all describe your unit of 4 right here, like in just a couple words, like.
It's functional dysfunction, I guess. I don't know.
Dysfunctional dysfunction.
Chaotic, maybe.
You know, we have our own internal battles, but usually when it's us against the rest of the world, it's us as a team.
That's awesome. Yeah. You for sure see it amongst show families because they spend so much time just working together. Cool. Well, the 4 of you ready?
Sure. Where do you want us? Hat on, hat off.
How do you want it?
I like it on.
How do you like it?
That's fine.
All right. Do you like your hair?
I like my hair. No, I don't. That's why I wear a cap.
Like, is it good? You looking sharp? Like,
You should have wore a hat less this summer so you could
tan
a little bit.
Yeah.
oh, that. I'll apply some tan.
There we go.
Oh, is that okay? So you're actually looking at his forehead, not his hair.
Oh, that's hair.
Okay.
Oh, it's fine. That's the way it always is.
It always is. I don't know how you reached it. What did you
Time out.
just said us?
I don't know what you think my hair is gonna do. There's enough of it there.
There's something there.
There
Now
we
it's
go.
pretty.
Alrighty, so we're gonna do a little game here. I'm just going to call out a description of somebody, and whoever you think it is within the 4 of you, you look at them. Okay, if you think it's yourself, go pick who finishes in second place. Pickiest eater. Most likely to fall off the ladder. Oh boy. Sleeps in too late. Oh boy, we got 3 different people here. Okay. Talks the most. Hey, there we go. Got all 4 of you right there, I think. Justin and Tammy, let's see, let's go ahead and just, can you guys kind of like melt into each other?
I don't think that's what he means.
See, Justin, can you get Tammy to laugh by just using your eyebrows?
Uh-huh.
Love it.
Okay.
Are y'all the one who've been married for 57 years?
63.
Oh, 63. I'm selling you short. Sorry.
Yeah. Couple more weeks yet.
What's the secret to 63 years?
What's the secret?
Yeah, I'm going on 5, so.
Oh, well, hang in there. Just hang in there.
You haven't even started yet, hardly.
know.
Yeah.
We got 3 kids, so we got started on something.
I was married 5 before I had any and didn't know what was causing it, you know. Okay. Yeah, our first daughter was born while I was in Vietnam. So,
Okay.
and
That must have been hard.
Agent Orange did not treat me very well. So,
Well, he didn't treat a lot of.
I-
There's a lot of other guys that have worse
Yeah.
things going for them too.
at the present time, I'm under treatment for 6 cancer. Yeah. You know, the secret is don't go to bed mad. So, yeah. Have your fight out before that.
Let's go ahead, get you all a little cozied up there together. And yeah, we'll put an arm around each other there.
Not on my shoulder.
What's that?
I
What?
said, don't put it on my shoulder.
Where do you
Makes
want it?
me look like I have football pants on.
All right. Y'all are done. So how many years has it been for y'all?
Just about 57.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. She put up with me that long.
Are you able to join hands right in front of each other right there?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Awesome.
Quit your laughing, Alexa.
Have a soft tilt of the heads towards each other right there. Love it,
Might
guys.
fall over.
Hold me tight then. You know, George Strait then.
Do I know George Strait? I don't know him, but I hear he lives around there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are we taking him? I'll get out of that.
It was your turn anyhow.
Take a half step.
Dad, get your
Oh, it's yours?
Yeah, when it's doing something like that, I guess. You know, it's just like Tammy saying, control your kids.
Cool, soft tilt towards him right there. Awesome.
Diamond.
Want to take a quick peek at what an example would look like?
Yeah.
And then we'll go get those last shots
Yeah.
on the property? All right.
This is your family in Minnesota?
Yeah, yeah. You drive in this area and you think like, oh, this is rural. This is Southwest Minnesota. But then you come out here and you're like, no, this is rural.
There's really nothing out here.
Well, it's like back in its heyday, there was a farmyard every quarter
Every
mile.
quarter. Yeah.
You know, if you needed help on the road, there's still somebody within walking distance out here. Although,
Well,
what am I
20
saying?
miles in the blizzard.
I know, 20 miles in the blizzard. Like,
The highway right here, you're sitting practically on the old Sydney Deadwood Trail.
okay.
That ran from Sydney, Nebraska to Deadwood, South Dakota. When Custer's last stand, you know,
Right.
he rode through the Black Hills on his way to Montana with his army. Just to the west of Crawford is Fort Robinson.
Okay.
Was an army post for 100 years close. But
Remount station. And
it was a remount station for the cavalry in World War I. And then in World War II, it was a dog training center and a German prisoner of war camp. After World War II, U.S. Ag Department took it over as a beef research station. So it was research for 20, 30 years. And then they moved that down by where he lived, down by Hastings.
Okay.
ready to take a drive out through the pasture?
At least it ain't snowing, Jake. Remember that guy went off with that tractor down here? Yeah, down that hole.
Somebody fell down there.
Well, he's trying to push snow out from back in here with his tractor, and he was pushing up that next hill, and his tractor started sliding, and he went to hit the brakes. And in that John Deere tractor, you can tie those brakes together. Well, he didn't have them tied together, and he hit the left one, and it just spun him around, and he went backwards down that bottom of that canyon. Yeah, if the snow gets as deep as those sunflowers, we're in trouble again. Be able to shoot a lot of turtle doves, but may not be able to find them. So, in reading through the old homestead documents, my great-grandpa homesteaded here in 1898, but it took him until 1906 to prove on the claim, because first he had to find the money to drill a well. So I went to Wyoming and worked on some ranches and gathered up enough money to come back and drilled a well, and first well they drilled was dry. So then he'd go back and work for somebody else for a little bit, bring back, come back and drill another well, and it was that one, I think they hit water and then like it collapsed, and so it took three tries to hit a well. And
So when you say you had to go work in Wyoming for a little bit, how much was a little bit?
I think like a year.
Oh,
So then he proved up on the claim by 1906, and by 1912 he was able to move and build a big house. But From right here, we can see the white building down in the bottom is the schoolhouse at Marsland. And then just a little bit to the left of that is the Tollman place right at Marsland there too.
The views out here are like deceptively stunning. Like you catch it partly because you're like, oh, I'm in Nebraska, you know, flat Nebraska. And it's not like you have like the mountains of way out west either.
Right.
It's like you round a bend here and you're just like, oh, crazy view.
So on a clear day from here, we can see Laramie Peak, which is 120 miles southwest.
The three things of
For being a rancher
ranchers
out here.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
like having a
Number one, you've got to have a strong faith. Everything comes from the Creator, and God has that control. Dad's always said we're always just 3 days from a drought, and that's really true here. Number two is a loving and forgiving family, and you've got to have that family to lean into and rely on. And then the third is fantastic neighbors, and we've been extremely blessed to have those three things here. Our closest neighbor to where I grew up, anything that I need help with, if I've got machinery broke down and need to borrow something or need help fixing something. How old's Tom, Dad? 72. You know, he's been through it and lived it and is extremely willing. It's a lot more fun going down than just coming up.
Yeah.
gotta lean back in your saddle.
Yeah.
Last time we did this, my cousin said, I'll get out and walk.
I'll get out and walk. Yep.
Can we see where the property ends from here, or?
Sure.
Or is just
right down there at Marsland. Our western boundary is right here on the highway, which is
4 miles.
about where that red or that white barn is. It kind of angles down across to Marsland, and then we've got a couple miles, 4 or 5 sections on the other side of the tracks too. When we moved back in 2015, my first thoughts on this place was we got to do something with water.
Yeah.
And for a long time we hauled water, and finally got a plan put together within our CS and got Dad's approval and jump on board on that plan, and we've put 14 miles of pipeline in, 16 new 30-foot bottomless tanks, so they hold about 10,000 gallons each. And then we had to put in a couple frac tanks for water storage as well.
That's what's left of the freighter wagon. It had wheels on it one for a long, long time, but
my favorite view is down from the bottom looking west at this one.
Okay.
That rock bank over there south, they quarried the rock for this out of that, hauled it up here and built this. Whole lot of work.
Brought it up here by wagon, or?
Yeah.
see, this was built in about 1900, and Originally, my granddad owned land just over that ridge there. That was the farmland over the second ridge there.
Okay.
That's where they raised the crop, and they brought it over here. And this big cement block that was sitting right back here, that had a stationary engine on it. They had a silage chopper set here, and then the stationary engine, and they blew the corn. Well, it would have been fodder by then because they cut it over there
Okay.
with a binder and brought it over here and chopped it and blew it into the silo.
Gotcha.
How much higher was that silo?
That's about the top of it.
Is it?
It had a wooden roof on it. Of course, it's rotten. It caved in and it's in the bottom. But the silage was all taken out of it down here at the bottom. But yeah, you think about what work is.
Yeah.
We don't have any idea today what work is. We didn't have any such thing as hydraulics and
It was a
motor.
scoop shovel and a pitchfork.
Scoop shovel and a pitchfork. And yeah, see, that's quite a hole in the ground. But there, I can imagine the work that went into this, because you're supposed to chop the crop to feed the cattle, and that's what they did back then. So yeah, they had to haul the crop from close to a mile away from where they cut it with a corn binder, and bring it here and then run it through the chopper and blow it in there and then take it out. Lots of work that we don't know how to do today, but
That's kind of the theme of the day. It started with walking 20 miles in the snow, so.
All uphill.
in both ways.
Right. That thing stood for years.
Yeah, you wonder how many more years it can do that.
Yeah. Did they have their house down here then, or what?
The house was just over this hill.
I'll see if I can get out of here without dropping us in the hole.
I was driving my father-in-law a few days ago, and just for fun, he sent me down a road that had like 4-foot tall grass. It's like, watch out for the holes.
Yeah. Where are they? Well, you'll know them when you find them.
Right. So what's been like your scariest moment as a rancher? And not like, you know, like a short-term scariest moment, like not like, oh, you know, how are we paying the bills?
Oh. I was helping my neighbor Tom preg check cows. I don't know, it was 2017, 2018, somewhere in there. He had a pipe to throw in behind the cow in the alley. I was loading the alleyway, and I thought they got this cow in the chute, so I pulled that pipe out and went to go load the next batch, and then I saw that cow was backing up, and I went to grab that pipe, and she hit that, and it came around and smacked me right in the shin. And at that point, I just knew. I was afraid to take my pants off to see, figured there'd be bone sticking out. It was bleeding pretty bad. Garrett, he got was that the first or second steer he showed? We were standing in the line for the final sale at the 4-H fair, and he gets this look on his face, big old eyes, and I look down and that steer is just standing on his foot.
Remember that?
And
that hurt.
I grabbed him and I told him, I said, you have to focus here. I need you to buckle down no tears. I need 2 minutes out of you. Get this steer through the show ring, and then you can break down and cry.
That didn't
And
help, did it?
he buckled down. He got that steer through. Didn't cry, but boy, when we pulled his boot off, but he was crying then. Couldn't get it back on.
The foot bothered you since?
No.
So his foot's a little flatter on that.
Seriously?
I've been through a tornado and I've seen enough. I don't want to see another one.
You've been through a tornado?
35 years ago.
Thought you were going to say 35 feet up in the air.
35 years ago.
Okay. So, like, walk me through that. What was that like?
Well, it was 3.5 miles from us. My folks' house in Lawrence, a neighbor called that their house got hit. So we were standing in the yard and wife comes out and says, there's a tornado over there. I said, just a rain cloud. No, it's a tornado. They just called your folks' house got hit. So we go to Lawrence. Sure as heck, the house was gone. All was left is a basement. They was all right. It took several houses in Lawrence, and it's on the ground for 88 miles. Went from Smith Center to David City, Nebraska.
Oh wow!
And some of my relation had canceled checks, and they ended up in David City, by David City. Found my folks' wedding picture 3.5 miles from where we live.
You found it?
Yep.
Wow.
2x4 stuck in the ground, grass stuck in REA poles. My neighbor was going to town to see the folks' house, see if they was all right. And I seen where his barn was going, so we backed up and run in the yard and pounded on the door. I says, Ernie, you here? Yeah, I'm here, but my barn blew away. He says, Loretta's been on the phone with her daughter up in Howells and can't get her off the phone, but we're all right.
So, is this
Yep.
it? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
That's cool.
I don't think it touched down. Yeah, they're talking about tornadoes here.
Because like
That was the middle of June. We were working cattle.
Oh.
Got a nice picture. Yeah, right above the corner window, you can see the 1912 on it.
Oh, cool. That's the date, not the address. And so all that concrete is formed with materials here.
Yeah, I think it was a Sears and Roebuck kit house.
Oh, okay.
But then, so they'd ship the form. The builder had a form for it, and then they shipped in all the woodwork and everything on the inside. But yeah, all the blocks were poured right here on site.
Wow.
Like you said, it's seen its better days. The train tracks, the trains have changed so much here. Where the depot was right down here. It used to be kind of where that red roof is.
Oh, okay.
There's a lumber yard and depot, and when the trains, when they made them big, this thing you stand up and I'm surprised it really hasn't shaken apart, because you stand in the upstairs of that now and you can feel those trains go by.
113 years of trains.
Yeah.
The guy that was a depot agent here at Marsland was a photographer also, amateur photographer. But his hometown was Nova, Ohio. One day on the phone, I got a phone call from a lady in Nova, and she said, I have a picture of a house and a barn at Marsland. It would have been that barn there, but that time it was painted on the east side. Pine Ridge Cattle Ranch. J.M. Tollman, proprietor. She said, would you know anything about that? And I said, well, yeah, that was my granddad, but how'd you find me? Oh, she said, your name's on the internet. But she said that if you'd like a copy of this picture, I'd send it to you if you'd help me identify some other pictures. So she sent me 20, 30 pictures. And I identified what we could, and I sent them back, and then she sent me some more, and I sent them back.
Papa doesn't quit talking, Garrett. We're gonna miss supper at the fort.
Hard to believe there was 600 people lived here at one time.
Was it 600? And it's down to
8.
But they had a stockyards here, and so people drove their cattle down to Marsland to load on the railroad to ship them to market. That time you had to go clear to Omaha.
Okay.
Some went to Kansas City, but
So this house saw a lot back in the day with train being there. So remind me what you were doing again before you came out here, and like what triggered all that calling to come home.
So we lived in Grand Island, which I'd always joked that I went to college in '94, went to the University of Nebraska in Lincoln, and always joked that Grand Island was, I'd always wanted to come back home, but Grand Island was as far as I'd found the money to move west yet. I worked at a feed yard there for a few years, and then got connected with a college friend of mine that they were putting together a new company consulting feed yards on environmental regulations. So I did that for 10 years. We lived right in town and just had a great life. Still wasn't really happy with it.
Yeah.
And you know, cattle market was really good, and I started kind of feeling a little angry that I'd missed some of the best years in the cattle business. Did a Google search and came up with ranching for profit. We decided that we needed to go to one of those schools and try to figure out how to ranch before we really dove in. And so we went to a school down in Oklahoma City, and through that we kind of developed a plan to put together a lease on this, and we'd really started to feel the calling that it was time to come home. Dad had he'd been through one cancer. He'd gotten diagnosed in 2011, and then was in treatment through most of 2012. Then in 2014 was really when we started feeling that calling of it's time to go home. And I couldn't really explain why, other than it just, like I said, it just felt like God was telling me it's time to go home.
Sounds like just since you've come back, you just had confirmation after confirmation too.
Yeah. Shortly after we moved back home, Dad got diagnosed with cancer a second time, and that one was really tough on him. And just having that to where he didn't have to worry about managing any aspect of the ranch was a blessing in itself. When we first came back, we couldn't find a house to rent. It was just the market in Crawford. There wasn't anything for rent, but we did find a house for sale in Crawford. So we moved into town, and within about a year, then our house that we live in now came up for sale and was just priced right at exactly what I told Tammy I'd pay for it.
When you bought this house, we moved Tammy, I don't know how many times for college and all this.
Yeah.
And then when you decided to move here, we was in Alaska. So I missed out.
Lucky dog.
Yeah.
But, it's just over and over, you see the goodness of God. He'll always make it rain when you need it.
Yep.
And if it ain't raining, you must not need it.
Don't need it yet.
Thank you, sir, for having me out.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Yeah.
So Alexa and I were talking.
Alexa and you were talking.
Yeah.
About finding pictures of Shoppy and Bam Bam.
I know.
They want a cat and a dog in it. When we were engaged, this cat was at Dawn and Mary Ann's house. And it was just a little kitten. And dogs had it up a tree. So I got it out of the tree. The cat took a liking to me. That cat just lived in the shop. So we called him Shop Cat for a long time. And then, the first time we had to take him to the vet, the vet says, "Oh, it's cat's name." And she's, "You can't call him Shop Cat." Shoppy. And she spelled it some SCHAU.
Wow.
Gotta make it pretty.
That
cat was
made it look French. Or
yeah. He died here. Yeah, he was 16 years old when he died. And the dog was not quite that long in the journey, but pretty close.
Yeah, but we had that cat for like 2 years before Alexa was born. But her story was that
she rescued it out of the tree.
Yeah. That's what she tells everybody. Rescued him out of the tree.
Should we do that in the portrait then?
Yeah.
Like Alexa under the tree with the cat. It'll be forever cemented in Tollman history. Well, I better hit the road, but
Thank you so much for making the trip to Western Nebraska.
it's been a pleasure all the way from start to finish. So it's always good getting to meet new folks, and I'll be praying for you guys, especially for your dad.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Do you mind if I pray for him right now, or?
That'd be great.
Yeah. Father, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to come out to Western Nebraska and spend this time with the Tollman family. Thank you for the pleasure of getting to meet Buzz, and we pray that your hand would be upon him, Lord, and that you'd give him peace through these trying times, Lord, of fighting this disease, and that you'd bring complete healing to him, Lord, and he would just feel your hand on him throughout it. Thank you for the life he's lived and the legacy he's passing down to his kids and grandkids, and just bless the Tollman family and provide for their every need as you've already promised to do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Well, I better hit the road. Visiting the Tollman family made an impact on me. I experienced so many emotions. A sense of adventure from journeying to the untouched beauty of Western Nebraska. Nostalgia from the fading history I got to witness. Admiration for the generations that built a life out in the untamed wild, creating a better future for those who would follow them. Thankfulness for those in the present who, against all odds, work to preserve all that is good. And, most of all, I received encouragement that comes from seeing a close-knit family actively living out their faith in the face of cancer and all of ranching life's uncertainties. I can only imagine how much deeper all this means to the Tollman family. And as I pick up my digital paintbrush, I passionately go to work on a portrait that embodies all of that. To create a feeling of strength and love,
the family members are connected with glances filled with joy and gratefulness for each other and the land they live life on. The 3 generations gives a sense of the past, the present, and the future of the ranch. Stepping into the background, their story unfolds further. The iconic stone silo is still standing strong, symbolic of the Tollman family and their cattle operation. Other relics of the past are shown throughout. The concrete house restored fully, with cattle grazing nearby. And the barn standing tall again as it stood for so many years before the tornadoes. Finally, Justin's grandfather's Crockett spurs resting on a nearby stone, which just so happens to have both the rolling pin and Faith Over Diamond brands etched into it. A stone towards the right side bears the emblems of 4-H and FFA, 2 organizations that have helped shape who the Tollmans are today. Alexa and Garrett's show cattle stand proud alongside their show rig, which holds the banner of Justin's insurance agency. Along the horizon to the right, we see the Tollmans Museum home with a fresh new coat of paint. Even further in the distance is the majestic Piney Ridge near Crawford, Nebraska. And of course, the Tollmans' beloved cat, Shoppy, and dog Bam Bam, looking on as this beautiful scene unfolds in America's heartland. In addition to this portrait, I created 2 more with a special focus on Alexa and her steer Buddy, as well as Garrett and his heifer Diamond, out on the land with their family. The Tollman story is a beautiful one of faith, love, and grit, and it was my great joy to get to immerse myself in it and help preserve their legacy for generations to come.